For the last couple of months, I've been trying to make this video, and I found out that I get really stuck on how to intro because I don't generally know how to start a conversation. So, this is a drawing I made. It is so bad, out of proportion. Head is too big, waist is too small, hands weird, colors wrong, and I hate it. But it's not supposed to look good because knowing my mistakes already mean that I'm learning, which means that this drawing is important. I've been debating whether or not I should show it to anyone. I even got to the last screen on Instagram where you just need to press share, but then decided not to. And here I am. Look at it. Isn't that great? So, hi, I am small beginner artist, and I'm here to talk about learning art and giving advice and stuff. It's more of advice to myself, but you can sit and watch if you want. You can also subscribe, please. So, I didn't really get into art until like 16 months ago, which is a year and 4 months. Don't use your brain, I got you. Before that, I used to draw, but like do monsters in my math notebook when I'm bored during class. And that's not getting into art, that's hovering on the outside. I had a very normal, average academic life. I didn't really think about the future that much or what I really wanted to do. But I guess I've always had a passion for art, specifically animation and cartoon. I kept watching cartoons until a very late age, according to our household. I remember at some point in my life, I decided that I wanted to have a job as an artist, but me no know how. What's a job as an artist? Do I sit on this sidewalk and sell my drawings, or is there like a office where they make art? What the fuck? But then came the internet. After searching random terms and sentences such as art companies and where do artists work, I started to understand some things. They don't sell art on the sidewalk. This was the time I got introduced to my favorite artists and started to know the YouTube indie animation scene. This was a bit later in my life. I didn't even have an Instagram account until late high school. And for all I knew, digital art and animation were black magic. At this point, it was clear to me what I wanted to do. Buying a tablet. I was very captivated by the different art styles and stories and OCs and animated shorts and comics and that I wanted to do my own. I wanted to do everything. Like literally, the first thing on my mind was to have an art style and the second thing was an animated short. I didn't even know how to draw a circle. And that was the beginning of the problem. Like too many intelligent people said before me, you can't climb the mountain without climbing the smaller mountain or something. I don't know. There's an analogy for this, I think. But Big Mountain is shiny though. I didn't even think about learning. I was just doing. Sure, there'll be improvement. If you do anything enough times, you'll improve. But then that improvement is not focused on something specific like anatomy or rendering or composition or whatever you draw, I don't know. And yeah, over time I started making things that looked appealing enough to the people around me, and that was a very not good thing. And when people think you know what you're doing while you don't, they'll expect something from you. I don't like it when people expect something from me. What do you want? So I got stressed. I was sitting there all the time thinking about my first comic, my first animated short, thinking of taking commissions, making YouTube videos, making an art style, and maybe living my life a little. Most of the time, I want to pick up a pen and draw, but I don't know what to draw. Other times, the idea is far beyond my skill, so I become angry and sad and disappointed and sad and angry and disappointed. But you know what? And I know this whole part is gonna sound like Disney movie character moment, but whenever I feel overwhelmed, I say to myself, well, I guess I'm not quitting. I might as well keep trying. the act of sitting down and drawing things I never tried to draw before is really fun, but looking at that drawing midway through and realizing that everything looks off is so frustrating. But again, in that moment, the correct response isn't to just, you know what, I'm out. So instead of beating yourself up, look at what you did, think about it, and understand that ugly drawings are part of learning. There's a huge difference between putting yourself down and knowing there is always room for improvement. Remember that thing? It was a necessary step in order to improve. Every single drawing that I made is absolutely necessary. Even those Doom Monster sketches. And that's why I like to tell myself there is no failure in art. Every bad drawing must be drawn in order to reach no bad drawings. And even then, guess what, buddy? You'll constantly be thinking that you can do better. You know, all those big artists that you look up to with a bajillion followers and $2 in their bank accounts? They went through exactly the same fame, not fame. Same. Same. They went through exactly the same things you're going through right now. You know what? They are still going through exactly the same things. And that doesn't mean it's always bad. It just means that it is not bad in the first place. And now that the Disney princess monologue is done, I'd like to say a couple of things to finish off. The real reason I made this video is to say those things out loud so I can hear them, and to let people going through similar things in their art journey know that they're not alone. We're all going through it together. And again, hearing my favorite artists talking about the problems they face and the thoughts they have is really comforting. This sounds wrong. Wait. It is good to know that you're not alone. That's what I want to say. That's what I want to say. These people are still making studies, still working on improving and learning new things. And finally, I made this video so it acts as a time capsule. So when I'm a big artist with a lot of cars and castles and money, I'll look back at it and say, what a peasant. No, I'll look back and know how far I've become. And my goal in art, for now at least, is reaching a specific level of confidence. Like, I'm confident that I can draw on this specific level. If I had an idea and wanted to make it, I don't want to have to do many sacrifices in terms of angles and pose and whatever. As much as I don't know how to start a conversation, I don't know how to end one, so